All right, so real quick, I'm going to stop here and talk about deciduous and coniferous trees. Those are basically the two types of trees that we have here, and the two types of trees that there are anywhere. But a deciduous tree is any tree that isn't an evergreen. Evergreen means just what it sounds like. It stays green all year long. A deciduous tree loses its leaves. All these trees out here, you see a few that are starting to turn green, but all these big trees lost their leaves in the fall, and they'll grow new ones very, very shortly. They're starting to bud up. Those are all deciduous trees. Now, the other type of trees are coniferous trees. Now, coniferous trees can be any kind of evergreen, any kind of spruce tree, Christmas tree, juniper, cypress. They stay green all year long. Actually, a cypress, sometimes they lose their needles, depends what kind. But I will show you an example. I'm too lazy to get off, so I'm gonna drive. And up here, we just planted these this year. This is our hut that we hunt out of, but these are coniferous trees. Now, a coniferous tree will never, ideally, lose its needles and stay green all year long. This tree will grow very, very fast. The deer love to eat it, but it is an evergreen. All right, it means it stays green all winter long. It's good for landscape if you want some color in your yard in the winter, but it'll be green all year long. So that's coniferous. Those big trees out there with no leaves, those are deciduous. Okay, here's an example of a Dunstan chestnut. Now, a chestnut, another thing I could talk about for hours and hours at a time, but this Dunstan chestnut was planted in 2014. Okay, and you can see it's a 6-foot tall tree tube. I'm standing next to it. It's a 6-foot tall tree tube, and it's sunk in the ground a little bit, but it's just now coming out the top. All right, so it's grown 3 years. It's grown from a tiny little seedling. Okay, now it doesn't look like much when it's just a stick, but it started out as a little stick like this, and now it'll go from here, and it is sticking out of a 5-foot tube, and it's just starting to bud out, and looks real good. Okay, and if you look at these other chestnuts there's one down there that was planted in 2014. It's about 14 feet tall already. Okay, and that's just in 3 years growth. It's grown 14 feet. Which is pretty awesome to be able to see them grow. Some trees grow faster than others, but this one, for instance, the chestnut, is a deciduous tree. It'll lose its leaves. It will not stay green all year long, and the deer love chestnuts. And chestnut is one of my favorite trees to talk about. Maybe someday if you want to be bored with a talk on chestnuts, I can tell you, but the deer love them. An oak tree doesn't produce nuts every year. A chestnut does. They're sweeter tasting than acorns for deer. They have more protein, triple the protein that an acorn has, and not many people have them. So it's a thing that used to be here, and they all got wiped out almost to extinction, and now they're coming back. So this is the coniferous and deciduous trees, and my chestnuts I have planted around this whole bean field here, and I got a camera right there on my deer stand, and all those tubes are different. This is a whole valley of chestnuts. Okay, and then down here, those flags still have to be tubed, but this is a whole valley of oak trees, different kinds of oaks. Probably 200 different oak trees in this waterway right here.